Alright, so I'm a bit late on this because I just had to do a quick little setup. But we should be good on doing day 20. So I couldn't, it looks like, into an output image, each pixel. Okay. Starting from the left. Binary number. Every possible 9-bit. What? Yeah, I really do not know. So let me see. So this is the enhancement algorithm. And then here is the image. So here's what I need to do. So I need to say let algorithm image is equal to input.split based off 2 new lines, and then let grid is equal to common.create 2D array image. Oh well, I need to do let rows is equal to image.split based off a new line. Rows is 0.length. Rows of that, and then we need to do x, y, and we need to return if we need to return if rows of y x is equal to hashtag. So that will give us a bunch of true falses, and we can actually return, we need to return 0 or 1. Return 1 or 0. So now that we've parsed it, I'm just going to do this. Oop, I don't want to give you back. But this needs to be a straight line, so give me a minute. So I can get this into a straight line. So apparently this considers every single 9-bit. Is the image enhancement algorithm is normally on a single line. Okay. Light pixels. Oh wait, light pixels. By simultaneous. Okay, so it's basically a thing, but like not the same. So here's 9. Wait, that's not 9. 3, 3, 3. The first characters of the string, starting from 0 is front, in the middle of the group of the characters. Okay, so the output pixel should be a light pixel. Okay. Okay, but what about the border? Okay, infinite size. So the border is 0. Okay. So what we need to do is, and it's an infinite grid, so we actually do not need a 2D array. So we need to go through this. We actually, it's not really, we have to, since it's infinite, we have to do it like this. So, let grid equal an object actually, and then input image dot split new line dot for each, and then element, and then for let I equals 0, I is less than element dot length, I plus plus. And so we need to say grid of, and then we have index, so that's going to be the y, and then this is or what, grid of, and then x, which is the I, and then y is the actual index, so I index is equal to if element of I is equal to hashtag. And we can actually just say, and like I said, we could just say it's equal to 1 or 0 because we're dealing with binary. So now, if we've gotten this all right, it should be 25 things from 0 to 44. Yes, and a whole bunch of ones. Good. So are infinite in size, so every pixel needs to be calculated based off the relevant pixels. Okay, so then, so are the dark, so let me just see. Okay, dark pixels are 0, light pixels are 1, so it's basically 1, 0. Okay, good. Okay, so now that we have that, now we need to do, how many times do we have to do this? Apply it twice. So is equal to 0, steps is less than 2, steps plus, so I can open up I. And so we need to do this algorithm somewhat amount of times. So we need to go through grid. So actually, I forgot I actually had a way to do this with a common. So we have the key value, if I remember correctly. So value, yeah, so key value. So with the key value, now we are able to, so key tells us the coordinates, so I'm just going to say coords state. So xy is equal to coords dot split comma dot parse int, not parse int, dot map. Well, we could just do common dot parse list to int chord, the splitter is a comma, and that will give us the x and y, and then we already have the state. So what we need to do now is we need to say for let I equals 0, I is less, or not, yeah, I. Let's do j, actually, j is less than negative 1, is equal to 1, negative 1, j plus plus, and then we'll do the same but for I, and this time we actually consider the middle one. So instead of j we have I, and so the first thing we need to do is we need to say let neighbor chord is equal to, not this one, x plus I comma y plus j. And so we have the neighbor chords, and we need to say if not grid of neighbor chords, as in it doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist, set it equal to 0, and then let binary equal to that, and then just binary plus equals whatever the grid of the neighbor chords is. And since we need to consider it, it should work. So console.log binary. So we have a bunch of binary. Going up. So the very middle coordinate. So I'm going to do this step once, and I'm only going to say if x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2, get that binary. So we have that 0, 0, 0, if I could find that, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, so that's right. Okay, that's good. So now that we have the binary, we need to say let new grid is equal to that. Oh, we have to do this twice. But anyways, so new grid of, we gotta do it, but chords. So new grid of chords is equal to parse int of binary, but that's just where the index is. So algorithm parse int of binary. I don't care about you. So that allows that to happen, but we also need to say here new grid is also of neighbor counts is equal to 0. So that allows that. Oh wait, we need to do this first. So the first step we need to do is, so let me do this. So the first step is we need to create it. So we get the x and y. We don't need the binary in this case. And then this one we just need to create it. So we just need to initialize it to 0. And then we just, so we have all that. And then for this one, we know it's created, so now we need to add it, and so then the new grid. And then how many lights are lit after 2? So there's 35, so for us to do that, we just need to go through, okay, gotta get rid of that. Let lights is equal to 0. If state is equal to 1, lights plus plus. Return light. So it should return 35. It returns 10. It's because I do it only once. Still returns 10. So something's not right there. So let me see if this is right. It should be right because like that's the input coordinate. So console.log binary. Oh, that is, I see a problem. There's a whole bunch of undefineds. So, oh, because I never set grid is equal to new grid. Okay, well that doesn't help me. Still undefined. So yeah, okay, this is a very cool. Console.log grid. Okay, yeah, something is gone wrong there. So we have all this, but then for some reason 04 is just a period, which I mean it is, but like that's not right. I don't know how it gets set to it though. Hold on, let me just. We don't need this. So here is the chords. So here's the chords before. Here's the chords afterward. A whole bunch of undefines though, which is kind of weird. Oh wait. The thing is, so we can't do this because we only need to. So we need to create that for when we create the grid, but we don't need to go over it in the second loop. So let current grid is equal to common.copy grid. So current grid. Okay, still undefined, which isn't the greatest. I'm a bit confused. Okay, so this works. Oh, algorithm is equal to, so okay, well, I figured out why it's doing that. Still all zeros, which isn't good. So we have that, which is correct, and then it has all the outward bound. And then we have all this new one. So 0, 0. I don't think this is right. Yeah, for some reason, and then it has all this, and then it just goes to 0. Even though, I mean, 0, 0 is 1 here, and then it just goes to 0. That's kind of weird. This one we could just do map. Return. I know what we can do. We can do this. So, and then if we have if not grid of neighbors binary plus equals 0, else, yeah, so, oh, current grid. Okay, well that doesn't really help me. So console.log grid. I'm going to just do one step. So we need the grid before, we need the grid after, and then we need the expanded grid. So here's the grid, 0 to 4, 4. And then we have the new grid. Oh wait, but that's because we need to do the other grid. I know what we can do. So we can create all the new ones. Or what we can create, but then we'd have to do something weird there. So we create all the new ones. It's weird because, like, Yeah, but the thing is, like, so obviously the first one is going to be blank. So, like, none of these empty pixels are affected. So, because, like, because, like, this right here is one. So what we could do is we could do this over and over again. We could do this like 3 times. For let I equals 0, I is less than 5. Oh, I can't do I. 4 times equals 0 times is less than 5 times plus plus. We expand it. And then we do this. And we also keep in mind for this. Get rid of this console.log. Still 0. So here's the original output image. I still don't think this is right. Another thing that I want to do is I want to be able to print out the thing. So let print grid is equal to, or we'll let print grid out here is equal to grid dot object for each grid chords state if state is equal to 1 let all is equal to that return all. So if state is equal to 1, all plus equals chords here. There we go. And so now that we have that function, what we could do is we could print grid. So console.log, get rid of this grid, get rid of this grid. So this should, and we're going to use Desmos here because we love Desmos. Desmos. Graphing calculator. Oh, dot replace comma with this string. There we go. Because it's kind of weird. So now if we go to here, oop, I didn't want to do that. Reset. There we go. So that is our initial state, which is right. That's our initial state. So now if we do print grid afterward, that won't work because So x negative y. So this is the new one. So we have this, and then it goes to this. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, that is definitely not correct. So what we need to do is we need to get anything. So like if it's 0, so like this, it'd just be 0. And I'm assuming this is going to be the same for my output image. No. Oh. Well, the thing is, for what that means, so like, that means that this is 0, and that it would, that wouldn't work though. And the complete one is empty. That is very weird. I don't need this. Oh. Well, for that, well, the thing is, like, wouldn't that just mean that any one of these, there's like an infinite amount of these? Yeah, if the rest of the images consist of dark pixels, that means that this pixel would turn light, at least in my example right here. Because, what? Our infinite inside every pixel of an infinite output image needs to be calculated exactly based off the relevant. Yeah, but then every pixel of the infinite output image needs to be calculated exactly based on the relevant pixels of the input. Okay, well, I mean, that's basically just saying that. Okay, but so if we start off with this image, that means we have to do it twice. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to get rid of this. There we go. Delete all, which is correct. So we start off with this, and then it adds 2 to it, which is correct because we need to, well, not this one per se. Actually, only 1 is necessary. So only 1 is really necessary. delete all. Yeah, so only one is really necessary because this is the only pixel that contains the data of this pixel. Like if you look here, if you look here, it starts off with a 5 by 5 cube, or 5 by 5, and a 6 by 6. So, and then with the original 5 by 5 here. So what is stopping? So let me put this step back in. If state is equal to 1, what is wrong with this one? Because there's only 5 here. So here's the original output. There's the original output, which is right. And then here is the new output, which isn't right because there's only 5. It doesn't even look like, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait. No, okay, never mind. So this is a new one. It's still wrong. I'm so confused on that. Okay, so it creates a new grid. So what it does is it adds all the extra stuff to the grid. And then it sets it equal to the grid. So is the binary wrong? Let me see. Is it just mostly empty? Oh, undefined. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's 6 of them, and yet there's only. Oh wait, no, there is 6 of them. So what's these undefined? Oh, what am I doing? Parse int 2. There we go. That was. I cannot believe I made that mistake. Well, it still doesn't look correct. I mean, I don't know exactly. Okay, it is correct. Wait, isn't it? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't look correct. Because that's where the original is. So right here, so there should be one right here and right here, and there isn't. Which isn't right, so something's still wrong. Oh wait, this is wrong. This is supposed to be new grid. New grid of is equal to that. It's supposed to be a 4 each. Oh. Oh, it's all gone. Alright, well, new grid of chords is equal to that. Okay. Okay, yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Yep. Okay, finally. So if we do 2 steps here, 35. Okay. So now we need this input. Okay, I didn't mean to print it, but here's our output. Nope. What I'm thinking is like, so you expand all this, but then the infinite things, so like for my input, these 3, this one would be this, like all of these would turn into a light, which, I mean, infinitely shouldn't make sense. Well, one thing we could do is, so like for all this, all these lights, all these 3 lights, they turn into ons. So like, which is kind of weird. So like, the thing is, all of these would turn on, and then all of them would turn off, except for the stuff affected around here. So it looks like we have to account for that, because, you know, if we look at the input, if it's all off, then it turns back off, or turns back on, and then if all of them are on, then it turns back off. So, I mean, technically we don't have to count that because it's all infinite. So how would we do that? How would we account for that in here? Because obviously we wrote the code and it works for the input, but it won't work for the output because we can't have infinitely more things. I mean, thing is, like, because like it's exponentially more when we expand, and then we have to do all that. I'm just gonna not print the grid, which doesn't really, I don't know what to do. So I guess, I mean, technically what we can do is we can just say, okay, we only do 1 step, because, well, we do this, and we do 1 step. So like all these out here, like outside this square, would be turned on, and then so would the rest of these. But like, so it would be this. It would be this. So we have the 6x6 chilling alone, and then all the rest of this. So I mean, technically, if we just say it's you add a 1 to it, if it doesn't exist. So what it does is, for this one, it does 0. So like I said, it creates a normal. It would do normally there. But then it would go to 1. Oh, I know what we can do is, so we can add that back, and then we can just say steps is equal to 0. If it is, do that, else do 1. Well, actually, just do steps. plus equals steps. And since it's already a string, then we should be fine. Oh, 0. That's just because if it's all zeros, then it turns infinite, and then we have to account for the infinite grid. Or else am I ever just overthinking this? Am I overthinking this? Let me see if I'm on the right track. I mean, it's probably, yeah. There's definitely... Hold on, what? The thing is, so like... Okay, so it's, yeah, okay. I got that. So I was right on that there's a twist. So what I'm trying to do is, like, how would that affect this? Because, so technically here, you know, these would all be on, except for this. It would be whatever, you know, the input is. So, but for, like, this one, it's all empty. So, like, we do what we do there, which creates this one. Like, it shouldn't change this one. But now, oh wait, no, I know why. It's because it expands. So we need to only do, so if steps is equal to 0, I'll just do that. So if we only expand if it's 0. Okay, well, still not right. So why? Console.log print grid of grid. Let's print the grid. Okay, so I can't print the grid. But anyways, so it should just be, it expands this all by 1 pixel. So it expands it all by 1 pixel. And then it does iterations on that. So for the first one. But then for the second one, it shouldn't expand. And so, like, basically all these pixels are on outside this. All these pixels are on. And so now, when we do this, but it would also affect the outlining pixels. I know what it's equal to step. So it's basically based off all in the steps. It's still 0, which is a bit weird. But the thing is, like, so it's printing it. It's printing it, which is another weird thing, is that here, and then, but then apparently is it all 0? It is all 0. Well, fantastic. thing is, like, it was working before. Like, what I mean, so, like, 35. So it works like that, but then when we get to this input, I mean, it does do it here. But then when we add steps, wait, hold on. Is it because binary gets messed up? Binary. Okay, no. That's right. So, as I would say, binary is a string. Okay, and then it produces that. And then new grid, which is right. So, I have no idea. Why is it not working? Well, another thing I will say is that now, so like all these are 1 out here. So like these are all 1, which would get affected. Oh, I've already done that. I've already accounted for that. So I'm just confused on why it's not working. Because like it does it, and then all of them are just 0, which isn't right, obviously. So, I know I'm on the right track because everyone in the comments said, okay, there's a twist to this, which I accounted for, but it's not working. Let me console.log grid after every single, or well, new grid. Okay, so the first one, it does it correctly. So let me do here. Lots of 1s, okay, which is like what I accounted for. I mean, like, that's all, this is all the extra stuff. Okay, well, that shouldn't be 1s. Wait, how long is it? 3, 2, 102. Hold on. How many lines does it say it's selected? 10,099. Hold on. 10,099 squared. Okay, portrait lock on, so I can't do that math because it's not 1 to. There we go. Square root. Okay, well, for some reason. Oh wait, because I've also highlighted the space. So yeah, it's 100 by 100. So these, for some reason, these shouldn't be 1s. Oh wait, another. Okay. So there's that, and there's that. So like it's 0s and 1s. Okay, so that fixes that much. Not grid, new grid. So there's that. But then it all goes to 0, which shouldn't be the case. And I know, wait, let me just see. So it should be randomized, and then it should be, oh. Okay. So a whole bunch of binary and then that. And so they're all 511. What's 511? 511 is the last one. Oh, that's... Wait, what? So the binary is all... They're all ones. Which shouldn't be the case. Because that's what should be plugged in. Let me do the expansion. So here's... Oh, not new grid. Thing is, like, yeah, there's zeros and ones, so it shouldn't all be... It shouldn't all be, it shouldn't all be zeros and ones. Or, like, it shouldn't all be 1, 1, 1, 1. Let me see. So yeah, they're all 1, 1, 1s. And then if, let me just see something. If binary is not equal to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there's 9 ones. Okay, so all of them are this number, which it shouldn't be the case. Oh, wait, I'm a dummy head. It's equal to null. It's another one. I knew. I was thinking that. Whatever. There we go. Okay, finally got an output. There we go. That's right. So do it 50 times. Okay, well, good news is that we have the algorithm, and I think it's just, like I was talking about this, so if we go back here, all these, since they're all on, and the last one is off, it just flashes off. So, now that I think about it, okay, well, I'm going to copy and paste it. So I use common. I don't use print grid. That was just debugging. Let me get rid of console.log grid. Make sure everything's working. There we go. So now, I think if I just say steps mod 2, because it just flashes back and forth. Oh, and then turn it to 50 steps. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's not too bad. There we go. And that is a number. Would you look at that? Day 20 complete. Wow. I haven't even done day 19 yet. Let me check my leaderboard spot. It's probably not that good. So 1825 and 1595, and it only took a minute to do all that. And I haven't done day 19 yet. But yeah, I will do that. I still have no idea. I'm probably gonna have to look for some help. Like, it's always good to look for help, but like with this one, I think the help is gonna be way too much. So, but yeah, I don't know which one's gonna be uploaded first. So if day 18 is uploaded first, you already know what I did. But if this one's uploaded, then you'll hear what I'm going to do. So, anyways, bye.